Let me ask you a question. What if the reason you feel stressed, anxious, and stuck in life is because you care too much about what people think, about things you can't control, about problems that won't even matter a year from now? Michel de Montaigne, a forgotten philosopher from 500 years ago, believed that when you stop caring about things that don't matter, your life quietly begins to fall into place. And here's the crazy part. Modern psychology is proving he was right. In this video, I'm going to share 5 simple life lessons from Montaigne that can help you let go of useless stress and finally feel free. No complicated language, no boring history talk, just real, honest wisdom you can actually use. So, if you're tired of overthinking, let's begin. Before we dive into his lessons, let's quickly meet Michel de Montaigne. He was born in France in 1533, a time when life was tough. There were wars, diseases, and people often lived in fear. But instead of giving up, Montaigne started asking big questions. Why do we feel unhappy? And what truly matters in life? He spent years alone in a small room filled with books, thinking and writing about life, fear, love, and death. He was honest about his mistakes and fears, believing that understanding ourselves makes life better. His famous book, Essays, wasn't filled with big words. It was simple, honest, and deeply human. Even though he lived over 500 years ago, his ideas about stress, fear, and caring too much about others still speak to us today. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Stop worrying about what people think. Montaigne believed that one of the biggest things holding people back is worrying too much about what others think. He said, people waste so much time trying to look good in front of others, when in reality, those people aren't even thinking about you that much. Think about it. Have you ever been scared to wear a certain shirt because you thought people might laugh? Or maybe you wanted to say something in class, but you stayed quiet because you worried what your friends might say. Montaigne's advice was simple. Live your life for yourself, not for the crowd. He said, you are not responsible for what others think of you. That's their business, not yours. The truth is, people forget things quickly. What feels huge to you right now might be forgotten by everyone else by tomorrow. So don't let fear of opinions stop you from doing what makes you happy. What's one thing you've wanted to do, but didn't, just because you were scared of what people might say? Think about it for a second. Lesson 2. Nobody's perfect, and that's okay. Another thing Montaigne taught was that no one is perfect. Not your parents, not your teachers, not even the people you admire. Everyone makes mistakes. Montaigne was very honest about his own. He wrote about how he sometimes forgot things, made bad choices, or got scared. He believed that accepting your flaws makes you stronger, not weaker. Today, we see people on social media showing their best side. Perfect photos, perfect lives. But Montaigne reminds us that's not real. Everyone has problems. Everyone feels sad sometimes. And that's okay. He wrote, to be a human is to be imperfect. So stop being so hard on yourself. If you fail a test, it doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you had a bad day, or maybe you need to study a bit more next time. That's life. Lesson 3. You can't control everything. Montaigne believed that one of the secrets to peace is accepting that life is unpredictable. He said things will happen that you didn't plan for, and that's normal. Maybe it rains on your birthday. Maybe your team loses the final game. Maybe someone you trusted lets you down. Montaigne's idea was this: you can't control what happens, but you can control how you react. He believed people feel stressed when they try to control everything. The truth is, you'll never be able to control what other people do or what life throws at you. But you can always choose how to respond. If someone insults you, you can either get angry and waste your day or laugh it off and move on. It's your choice. And guess what? Even modern doctors agree with this idea. It's called the control fallacy. People who let go of trying to control everything feel calmer and healthier. Lesson 4. Spend time alone. In Montaigne's time, he built a room in his house just to be alone with his thoughts. He believed spending quiet time by yourself was important for knowing who you really are. Today, we're always surrounded by noise, phones, videos, friends, messages. But when do we sit quietly and just think? Montaigne's advice is simple. Take time to be alone sometimes, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. Sit in your room, in a park, or anywhere and listen to your own thoughts. You might be surprised by what you discover about yourself. When was the last time you sat alone without a phone, without music, and just thought about your life? Lesson 5. Care less, live better. Finally, Montaigne believed that when you stop caring so much about little things, life feels easier. We often let small problems ruin our whole day. Maybe someone cut in line, or your favorite show got cancelled. But Montaigne believed these tiny troubles aren't worth your energy. He said, don't tie your happiness to small events. When you learn to care less about things that don't truly matter, you start to feel free. So next time something small annoys you, like someone being rude online or your phone, battery dying, ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? If not, let it go. Try this today. Pick one thing that's bothering you right now and decide not to care about it. See how you feel. All right, those are 5 simple but powerful lessons from Montaigne. Which one spoke to you the most? I'd love to know. You know, life moves so fast. We wake up, check our phones, go to work or school, scroll through endless videos, and sometimes we forget to ask ourselves how we're really feeling. We get caught up in small worries. Did I say the right thing? Does this person like me? Why didn't they text me back? Will people laugh at me if I fail? And slowly, without even noticing, these little thoughts start to control us. Michel de Montaigne knew what that felt like too. Even though he lived hundreds of years ago, he also struggled with fear, loss, and sadness. But through it all, he realized something simple but powerful. Most of the things we stress about don't really matter in the end. Think about it. The fight you had with a friend last year, does it still hurt today? The embarrassing moment in school 5 years ago, do you still think about it every day? Probably not. And the same will happen with the problems you're facing right now. Montaigne believed life becomes lighter when you let go, when you stop trying to be perfect, when you care less about things you can't control. So maybe today, give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself and remember, it's okay not to have everything figured out. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be real. And sometimes that's enough. So what's the real message here? It's simple. When you stop caring so much about what doesn't matter, everything else starts to fall into place. You feel lighter, you laugh more, you live better. Montaigne wasn't a superhero, he wasn't a millionaire. He was just a man trying to understand himself and the world around him. And maybe in some way, that's what we're all trying to do. If this video made you think, or if even one of Montaigne's lessons spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to share which one in the comments below. And if you enjoy simple, honest ideas about life, happiness, and the mind, consider subscribing. I make videos like this to remind us of the things we often forget in our busy lives. Thank you for spending a little of your time here with me today. Take care of yourself. Be kind to your mind, and I'll see you in the next video.